Happy Valentine's Day, you beautiful human being. My name is Clare, and today I am doing the OTP Book Tag. This tag was created by Kirsten over at Kirsten Reads, and I will link her channel in the down bar below. I wasn't tagged by anyone to do this, but I was just in the mood to do a tag video, and this is really relevant because it's Valentine's Day, and Valentine's Day is all about love and couples and Hallmark cards and spooniness, so I wanted to talk about my favorite OTPs, some less favorite OTPs, and just like OTP conversations in general. So we'll just jump right in. So number one is pick an unpopular OTP that you like. And I don't really know that this is necessarily like unpopular, but I know some people don't ship it. So I am going to go with Ron and Hermione from the Harry Potter series. This is my OTP of OTPs. Like, it is the one true OTP for me. I will go down with this ship. I am so in love with this couple. I love them together. I want them to be together forever. And if I read Harry Potter and the Cursed Child and Ron and Hermione are divorced, love is dead. Love is dead. Number two is pick an OTP that you didn't ship at first, but you do now. And this is not at all a spoiler. I'm not going to tell you who they end up with, but in the Hex Hall series, I didn't at first ship Archer and Sophie. I didn't feel like it went very well together, and there was a little bit of a love triangle situation going on there, and I was kind of rooting for the other person. And again, not going to say who she ends up with, but eventually I came to really accept Archer and Sophie, and I was kind of rooting for them in that little love triangle, and I kind of shipped that one, which is one that I didn't originally ship. So yeah, Sophie and Archer. Took me a little bit to jump onto that ship. Had to swim out to it after it kind of set sail. Number three, pick your most hated no-TP. So an OTP that you do not ship and just absolutely hate. And I didn't even have to think about this one. It's always been there. I hate it when people ship Hermione and Draco. Ugh, it is the worst. Like, Draco is this awful, horrible bully to Hermione and is like super racist towards her in an allegorical sense. Like, that's what Draco is. He is the racist person in Harry Potter. And then he joins a group that is set out on killing people like Hermione. And people ship that? No! No, I know Draco eventually redeems himself and isn't like a horrible person towards the end, but just ugh, like, no, I can't do it, I can't do it. And plus there's the whole, you know, Ron and Hermione thing. Like, I ship them so hard that just anytime Ron or Hermione are shipped with anyone else, I'm just like, stop it. Don't do that. Don't do that to me. Number four is pick an OTP that took way too long to get together. And there is a huge spoiler here, so I'm just gonna hold my hand up here. Girl Scout style. I'm gonna hold my hand up Girl Scout style. When my hand comes down, you can unmute the video. But until then, I highly recommend you muting this if you have not read The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. So the OTP, the couple that took way too long to get together, and this is in a literal sense, was Jem and Tessa. It literally took Tessa, Will's entire lifespan, to eventually get with Jem. Now, I like Will and Tessa. I ship them, but I also ship Jem and Tessa, and the way that story worked out, it just worked really well for me, but it took them forever to get together. Just so long to get together. Literally, an entire lifetime before they got together. So, go put my hand down, and everyone who has not read The Infernal Devices can come back and listen. So number five is pick your favorite non-canon OTP, and I'm gonna have to go with a television show that I really don't watch anymore because they kind of suck as far as treatment towards women goes and gay baiting, but I'm gonna have to go with Dean and Castiel. Like, they have been dangling that couple in front of our faces season after season after season, and it just needs to happen. Like, they've put it out there too long. It's not funny, it's not cute. Just do it. Stop dangling that in our faces and make it happen. I mean, if it happened, I would totally watch that show again, but I just pretend it ended at a certain point and the rest of it just kind of didn't happen. Number 6 is pick your favorite bro TP, so favorite friendship, and this is definitely Maddie and Verity from Codename Verity. If you like friendship books, read that one. It is fantastic. It is probably my number one. Well, okay. It's a tie with the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants as far as like friendship goes, but I love, love, love Maddie and Verity. They have such an amazing friendship, and if you haven't read that book and you love friendship books, read it. It's amazing. You will die a little inside, but it's so good. Number 7, pick an OTP that you really shipped in the book, but you weren't really feeling it in the movie or TV adaptation, and I'm gonna have to go with Peeta and Katniss from The Hunger Games. Now, let me put it out there. I totally shipped them in the movie, 100%, but I shipped them more in the book because Peeta and Katniss have a better dynamic in the book. There's a whole lot more development there, more backstory, and their banter back and forth is so much better in the book than it is in the movie. Katniss is a little bit softer towards Peeta in the books, and Peeta is a whole lot more funny, and he isn't quite as helpless in the book as he is in the movie. Now, he's still pretty helpless as far as the Hunger Games stuff goes, but they just work better in the book. So I ship it so hard in the book. And then in the movies, I still ship it, but the book's way, way better dynamic in the book. Number 8, pick an OTP that no matter how hard you try to ship it, you just can't. And I'm gonna have to go with the entire love triangle in The Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy by Jenny Han. Yeah, I can't ship anyone in that love triangle. I hated them all. I felt like they were all horrible characters, just really childlike and just annoying, and I couldn't ship any of them. So even when she ended up with this one particular person from the love triangle, I was still like, ugh, this is the worst. But then when she was with the other one in the love triangle, I was like, this is terrible too. I don't ship anyone in that. They should just all go off and find someone new. Number 9 is to pick your favorite LGBT plus OTP, and I actually have 2 different ones because I really couldn't decide which one I wanted to pick. But my first one is Emmy and Ava from Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour. I love them. They are probably one of the healthiest YA relationships that I've seen portrayed in a book. So that was one of the first things that came to mind, is just the fact that this relationship felt so authentic. And it was healthy. It was a good relationship. It wasn't problematic to me. And I just loved it. And I loved seeing kind of their story unfold and see how they came together and just that entire journey. And it was just such a cute, feel-good story. And I loved it. If you haven't read Everything Leads to You and you are looking for a really cute, beautiful romance, highly recommend picking that one up. Now, the second OTP that I have is T and Gretchen from What We Left Behind by Rob and Talley. I'm actually in the process of reading this book right now, so I have no idea where they end up as a couple, but I really enjoy them as a couple. Not so much that they're the perfect couple, but because they're a very realistic couple as far as when 2 people go off to separate colleges. Just the exploration of that relationship was really, really beautiful, and it's being done very well so far, and I just really like them as a couple right now, and I'm really rooting for them to stay together at this point, and I will be very sad if they don't, but you know, I'm still gonna throw them in this video because I really, really like them as a couple. They're pretty fun and realistic. And finally, number 10 is pick your favorite OTP or OTPs, and I am just gonna name a few here. Some of them you've already heard. Number 1, of course, is Ron and Hermione. They're my ultimate OTP. Forever and always, Ron and Hermione. I love them. They're the best. And then I also really like Finn and Kate from Born Wicked by Jessica Spotswood. They are probably one of the swooniest romances I've read, and I just absolutely love them. They're so cute together. I also really like Emmy and Ava. They are the most realistic and healthiest relationship that I've seen portrayed in the YA fiction that I read. And of course, I love Anna and Etienne St. Clair from Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. I adore that book. It is so adorable and cute and just fantastic and just light, fluffy contemporary fiction that just makes me swoon, so had to throw them in there, of course. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut myself off there because I could go on and on about literary couples that I love, but those are just some of the ones that I am very fond of and think just portray really great relationships. And man, have you guys ever noticed that my shoulders are already moving? Like, I talk like a lot with my hands, but since you can't see it, it's all happening down here. But most of the time I'm like doing this, and probably looks like I'm leading some type of intense symphony and just directing music everywhere. But I'm not, I'm just talking. So if you ever see my shoulders doing crazy stuff, that's what's happening. Anyway, that has been it for today's video. I'm not going to tag anyone in particular, but if you want to do this tag, go for it. So I will go ahead and say how am I going to tag people? If you ship Ron and Hermione, I tag you to do this tag. That's where we're going with this. Yeah, I will leave the links in the down bar below, as well as links to my Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads page if you want to follow me. And that's it. That's all I got for today's video, and I hope you guys are enjoying a fantastic Valentine's Day. As always, thank you so much for watching. Stay weird. Seriously though, just look at them. Best couple ever, just adorable. The cutest. Must ship.